If you are really planning to start growing your hair with the minimum effort, just do these 5 simple yet effective things and your hair will become much stronger, healthier, and thicker as it grows. Number 1 is massaging your scalp. I'm sure you know this, but you don't know which hair oil to use for massaging your scalp for better results. There are tons of oils out there, and if your main goal is to grow out your hair, I will recommend these 3 oils. Number 1, coconut oil. It helps reduce hair thinning and hair fall while protecting against dandruff. One study found is it prevents dryness and breakage by reducing protein loss from hair. Number 2, rosemary oil. Research suggests that rosemary oil promotes hair growth and reduces hair loss when used daily with a scalp massage. However, always dilute essential oils to avoid irritation. And number 3, bringridge oil. Research shows that bringridge speeds up hair growth and boosts regrowth. When combined with other herbs, it can increase hair follicles in the active growth phase. You can apply any of these oils on your scalp and keep it for 1 to 2 hours, or maximum overnight before washing. I suggest not keeping it for a very long time, as it attracts dirt and pollution which can clog pores and make your scalp greasy. Number 2 is choosing the right shampoo and conditioner. Now, I know some people use low-quality shampoo, which you can see on every other store. But trust me, my friends, they're really bad for your hair. I don't want to mention any brand, but you can guess that. Instead, use a good quality sulfate-free shampoo. I recommend going with a biotin shampoo for much higher growth. Now, some of you might be asking, Ali, how often I should shampoo? Well, this totally depends on how dirty or oily it gets. It is usually recommended to wash 2 to 3 times each week, but instead of following strict advice like this, wash your hair when it feels like it needs cleaning. The American Academy of Dermatology says that you should wash your hair and scalp more often if your hair and scalp are oily. On the other hand, if your scalp is dry, you only need to wash it every few days or once a week. After shampooing, use a conditioner to keep your hair soft and hydrated. Apply conditioner on length only and leave it for 3 to 4 minutes. Avoid hot water while washing because it can dry your scalp and hair. Instead, use lukewarm or cool water. Now, some men take a shower and go straight to bed. Hair is more fragile when wet, and sleeping with wet hair can lead to breakage and hair fall, so avoid it at all costs. When hair grows long, one of the most common issues people face is scalp odor. That's because your hair is not long enough to trap sweat, oil, and dirt, especially if you're working out or spending a lot of time outside. To prevent this, rinse your hair with water on days you're not shampooing. Another thing that can happen is frizz, especially if your hair is thick or dry. Start using a leave-in conditioner after showering. This keeps the frizz under control and makes your hair easier to style. Number 3 is proper trimming. Now, I know trimming might feel like you're going backward growing your hair, but trust me, regular trims are a must, even if you're growing your hair. They mainly help you get rid of split ends and damaged hair that can lead to bigger issues later. A good rule is to trim your hair every 8 weeks, but it is not a hard and fast rule. I suggest paying attention to your ends, especially if your hair is coarse. If you use heat styling tools a lot or dye it very often, get a trim if you see split ends. When you visit your barber, ask them to cut only what's absolutely necessary. You can call it a dusting, which is just a tiny trim. Number 4 is managing the awkward phase. After growing your hair for 3 to 4 months, you will most probably hit the awkward phase. Now, your hair is not short anymore, but it is not long either. This stage can be frustrating, and it is where many people feel like giving up. But trust me, this is the time when all the care you've put into your hair and scalp starts to show results. The key to managing the awkward stage is keeping your hair looking neat while allowing it to grow. You might notice that some parts of your hair have uneven texture, creating a messy look. Maybe the sides are wavy while the top is straight. This is totally normal and happens to most people. To solve this issue, I recommend using styling tools like a blow dryer with a round brush to smooth out the texture. Keep the heat low to avoid damage, and if you need to add hold, apply a lightweight styling cream or gel to unify the texture. But don't do it daily. You can keep this tip for special occasions only. Another issue during the awkward phase is your hair will start feeling heavier. This is great because it means you're making progress, but it can also be challenging. Heavy hair often becomes harder to style. Ask your barber for supple layers during your next trim to keep things light. This reduces weight without sacrificing length. Layers can also add more movement to your hair, making it look fuller. At this point, you might also feel like using lots of styling products to style your hair or keep it in place. While styling products are helpful, don't overdo it. Too many products can weigh your hair down and clog your scalp, which slows growth. Stick to lightweight options like mousse or styling creams instead of heavy gels or waxes. Number 5 is to control your hair fall and breakage while it grows out. Shedding is another issue that a lot of people with longer hair face. Seeing long strands of hair everywhere can be worrying, but losing 50 to 100 strands a day is normal. And most of the time, shedding looks a lot because of long hair length, while it is still in a normal range. If it feels excessive, be gentle and use a wide tooth comb to detangle. Start from the ends and work your way up to avoid pulling or snapping your hair. Avoid hairstyles that pull tightly on your hair, as this can cause stress on the follicles and lead to thinning over time. Another reason for shedding is using a regular towel. Twisting, pulling, and rubbing wet hair with a towel can slow hair growth and damage it. Instead, use a soft microfiber towel or a t-shirt and gently blot your hair. Don't rub. If you have curly hair, try the t-shirt plopping method for better results. For the best care, let your hair air dry naturally. Also, I suggest you give your hair some space. Beyond gentle brushing, try to leave it alone as much as you can. The less you mess with it, the better it can grow and stay healthy. Finally, sleeping comfortably is one of the biggest challenges people face with longer hair. Hair can get tangled or become uncomfortable during the night. So tie your hair loosely in a low bun or ponytail, using a soft scrunchie to fix this. A satin or silk pillowcase can also help, as they reduce friction and prevent breakage while you sleep. And that's it, my friends. If you also want to work on getting a V-shaped body in under 7 months, watch this complete step-by-step video.